Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are. Thanks for joining us in this program. This is most anticipated response of all time, or rather, I can regard it as USB press release, or maybe Elias.G in loggerheads with Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. She put out a very nice article which I would like each and every one of us to listen as I read. And as you are listening, please kindly drop your opinion at the comment section of this video. I need to hear or rather know what you think concerning this matter, because you don't pass, be careful. That yawawo nabe. Yawawo nabe wo Elias.G. Okay, let me read, please. And as I'm reading, please pay your utmost attention and observe every line that are being read from this article of Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, the DPM of the United States of Biafra. So my people, let's go there. Help me to like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. Let's start from where the issue, rather, started. Elias.G is threatening Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. Breaking news. He says, and I quote, "You, Elias.G, not only threatened the DPM of the United States of Biafra, you made false statements about trying to broker peace with me and someone else, which never happened. You not only displayed a high level of unprofessionalism by devolving into government matters outside your scope of practice, but you have an agenda to stop my work duly assigned to me by the PM. That was why you sued USB and myself to court with Debris and Isaiah Anyogo, aka Oge Nkere, etc. You were fully aware that he fraudulently changed the BG registration document without authorization of the Prime Minister and myself to make himself president of BG. These and other deceitful ploys of you and your agents have made you not a fit to work with Biafrans and the USB. I wish you luck in your career." Beside that, there's another article which she wrote also. Let me read it for record purposes. "You cannot claim to respect Biafra people, their cause, Biafra PM Simon Ekpa, and disrespect the structure and those he appointed in authority. You cannot be part of the new nation declaration. You signed the declaration document, support and affirm the new nation, then turn around to post on your Twitter handle that the new nation is a parallel government because the Nigerian government obviously uses you and some ex-Brigade cabinet members to plot and disrupt our new sovereign state, knowingly or unknowingly. That is hypocrisy of the highest order, according to Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. No true friend of Biafra will carry out such sabotage and still remain within the circle. The USB and BG de facto government that was declared, or rather redeclared, in Finland on November 29th of 2024 collapses everything in the continuum of our freedom into the United States of Biafra. The government will not accommodate any distraction from any individual or quarter. Our people are killed daily by Nigerian state using reintegrated terrorists in their military and police." And before I went ahead to, or rather before I go on to read what Elias.G, whatever they call him, the article he put out there that warranted this response from Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, I would like to make one simple assertion here. Or rather, let me drop my own personal opinion here. Let me start from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There was one of his videos I watched where he made it categorically clear. He said that those Eastern Security Networks that are defending our land are not Biafra military. That when we finally gain the independence and take control of our territorial integrity, that is when the Biafra will announce its recruitment into the army. So I think this is also still boils down to when Simon Ekpa says that the people who are working with him now will not still be the same people that will continue with the government when the declaration is completed. So Anybody who is coming now to tell you that Ngozi Orabeze dissolved this, he dissolved that, that have been in place, and that have been part of the plans of Simon Ekpa. So for her to be protecting the mandate, she have to carry on, or rather continue from where Simon Ekpa stopped, which is dissolving everything that got to do with that government that declared Biafra, then constitute a new government. If you are in the old government and by the special grace of God, you made it to the new government, then you thank your God. If you didn't make it to the new government, then so be it, because all of you are into what they call a voluntary service. But you see, all the whole rigmarole, all the whole shenanigan that is happening in this, and Ngozi changed everything, and Simon Ekpa, but this is exactly what Simon Ekpa has said. It is out there on his, what do you call it, X, which everybody can as well go and get hold of it. Then what is all this big jail of Ngozi is changing everything that Simon Ekpa instituted? And we are crying like people who don't have hope that maybe Simon Ekpa will never come out again, or maybe Simon Ekpa is he's have gone and gone forever. I don't understand. But anyway, everybody have right to their own personal thinking and their own personal opinion, the same way I have right to my own personal opinion. But whatever comment I make on this video, please, it is specifically on me, on my own, and not you. Okay, let me see what the article Elias.G put out here, and then we come back for more discussion on that very video. Official statement say, I understand that this past month has been a difficult one for many Biafrans, not only due to the detention of our beloved Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, but also because of the subsequent internecine disputes among competing personalities over power and control of the Biafran government. I have remained silent until now, given the fluid and evolving nature of the situation. I also hoped to play a helpful behind-the-scenes role rather than further inflaming the ongoing infighting on social media. I privately offered to mediate as a neutral broker between the two respective parties, Mr. Ogechukwu Nkere and Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, both of whom I have had good professional and personal relations with. Unfortunately, these efforts were unsuccessful. Moreover, my role as the BG lobbyist became increasingly difficult, if not impossible, due to contradictory orders and demands from the opposing camps. However, recent developments have necessitated some hard but clearly defined choices dictated by the U.S. law. These decisions affect myself, my firm Moran Global Strategies, and Mr. Amen Dabere and the law offices of Amen Dabere and Associates, PLLC. The lobbying contracts of both my and Mr. Dabere's firms were signed with the Biafra Republic government in exile, which is Brigi, which His Excellency Prime Minister Simon Ekpa as the contract signatory. MGS contract with Brigi is on a record with the United States Department of Justice. The Brigi is a non-stock corporation registered in the state of Maryland, in which Mr. Ogechukwu Nkere is one of the principal agents. Dr. Ngozi Orabeze is not listed on any legal paperwork of the Brigi. Furthermore, Mr. Nkere has now been inaugurated as the acting Prime Minister of Brigi as a result of a public election orchestrated by the Conflict Resolution Committee, CRC. Dr. Orabeze has created a parallel cabinet and another initiative to compete with Brigi, while Dr. Orabeze has the right to create her own organization or initiative. It will constitute a legal conflict of interest for Mr. Dabere and myself to represent a competing entity with which we have no contractual relationship accordingly. Mr. Dabere and I have sent Dr. Ngozi Orabeze a notice terminating our professional relationship with her. Please note that this decision is not a reflection of our personal opinions of Dr. Orabeze, but rather a matter of compliance with the law and professional ethics. All steps taken have been on the advice of legal counsel. Moving forward, additionally, I emphasize that only His Excellency Simon Ekpa, Moran Global Strategist MGS, and the Law Office of Amendabere and Associate PLLC have authority over the contracts our respective firms have with the brigade. No other individual are parties to or signatories of these contracts. Any attempt by third parties to assert jurisdiction or interfere with our contracts will constitute tortious interference, and those third parties may be subjected to civil penalties. I hope Biafrans understand and emphasize with the difficult position I have been placed in and refrain from involving me in internal disputes among their leaders. I want all Biafrans to know that regardless of which leaders or personalities they support, I will continue to advocate for all of them. I also urge all Biafrans to treat one another with greater respect and civility, despite their differences on opinions. Mr. Dabiri and I look forward to working with Brigi and Acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere, and we congratulate him on his election. We also extend our best wishes to Dr. Ngozi Oraveze in all her future endeavors. Sincerely, Elias.G, Moran Global Strategist MGS, Amendabere, Law Office of Amendabere and Associates PLC. That is what has been put out here. But aside that, what other means can we use to analyze this very matter that I just brought up before us? You see, this one has been thrown open to the general public. In other words, we must address it the way it is. So I want all of us, the real and genuine Biafrans who have listened from beginning of this video to the end, to tell me what you think over this matter. I think it is high time we start to look for another lobbyist other than this criminal that is called Elias.G. That is my own personal opinion. So I cannot speak my mind and speak your mind. We have to do this thing collectively. So you bring your own ideology, I bring mine, and then we can be able to achieve or arrive at a concluding point. So, my wonderful people who are hearing my voice at this point in time, I want to hear your own personal opinion at the comment section of this video. Let us just take a few comments and then we round up this show. Our only reverend sister in this struggle, SMMG, said, Elias don't know when to stop. That is his problem. Sit down. Pharaoh's lawyer, the children of God are on their way home. Okay. According to John C. said, Griezmann want to sleep on a bicycle like Bruce Film. I don't even understand this one. Okay. Tedu Tikechku said, Elias, you are fast losing the respect we have had for you over the past years. Ben Chooks Agu said, this Elias, spy who loved me, should know that Biafra doesn't want him anymore. And if he don't take care, we will give him Biafra treatment, then he will know that we don't belong to Nigeria anymore. Victoria Ijoma said, God bless you, man. No distraction will stop you. We are behind you and will forever never stop. According to this our brother. Okay, at Mount Peace said, it is now obvious that this man, Elias.G, was contacted to derail Biafra restoration. Unfortunately for him and his cohorts, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oraveze, has martyred them and redeclared Biafra on the 29th November of 2024. Biafra is now a sovereign state, or rather a sovereign nation. We have only one government, which is Àśśàṣíns. The current strategy of the Nigerian government is to use greedy Biafrans to create parallel groups such as DOS, Fallback BG, BAC, CRC, to create disunity among Biafrans to delay our total liberation from the zoo. Okay, Akpe to Lion said the chameleon Elias is a shrewd, contentious and manipulative person with disregard to any form of ethical principles. A man that speaks from both sides of his mouth is a certified instrument of discord and betrayal. A wolf in sheep clothing. We know our enemies and know ourselves. Even our enemies also know us. Okay, one man said, Biafran said to him, God returns to bad rubbish. Yield. exactly the truth. Our DPM, Dr. Ngozi Oraveze, you have spoken all our minds. Clifford Richard said, they always avail themselves for service without being called. Planted betrayer. Grace K. God will continue to bless and protect United States of Biafra and our mandate. Agunwoke nke Biafra. Mommy, just disregard the criminal. His license is already at stake. Inobong said, I don't know who said that the money that Ogenkere is paying at Elias have stopped. Since then, they have changed the account now. There is no money for Elias again. Well, it is Otalemmo that is working on this Ndoshi. Okay, the last but not the least. Police conscience said now that Rafael Asere, one of the three backed by Elias that used dissolved CRC to form a new cabinet, has exposed that the aim was to stop USB led by Dr. Ngozi Oraveze. Elias must have peeled on his pants. He never expected such a revelation when he posted that gibberish on June 23 of 2025. As I posted on December 31 of 2024, Elias sabotaged USB and violated his contract with BG by refusing to work with DPM, the surrogate of Simon Ekpa, but rather called USB a parallel government. In contract law, once you present or rather prevent the performance of your contract, you don't expect the other party to perform his part of the contract. Elias breached his contract with BG and has been formally terminated and cannot claim to be representing BG, and his action tantamount to international misrepresentation and ethical violation of law. His lawsuit and threat against USB are sanctionable and may lead to outright dismissal of his case with heavy sanctions. He must be well advised as he continues to indulge in actions that violate his legal code of conduct. Biafrans has legal luminaries returned or not, according to this our brother. Kingsley Obioma said that man is an agent of the West and shouldn't be taken seriously. Simon Ekpa disciple, Elias is just a criminal that was planted by the caliphate to disorganize what we are doing. Engineer Vitali said Elias is telling us whom to forgive or not. In our own Biafra, chai, you are threatening people that pays you. He will see this thing is looking for, then he will learn if he remains to bear it or not. Evangelist O.C. Okafor, statement of facts. Ifeanyi Nzekwe, say it louder, my DPM, he must surely regret his actions in due time. Anyway, my good people, now here we go take back break you, and I go hear of us again when we come back. Do me a favor, make sure that this message goes viral. Elias-G series is threatening Dr. Ngozi Oraveze. Anyway, that one is the story for another day. But for now, let us say bye, Kemesiano.